It's time for Uncommon Sense, the Uncommon Sense podcast. And this is Jay Howard along with Michael B. Wright Sr., Big Brother Mo Better. Big Brother, how you doing, man?
What's up, that big brother Rock
Hey, man.
from the
Hey,
Stillman
man.
College campus?
Hey, man. Still black and proud, brother.
You better be, boy. That's all you got. You've been black all your life.
That's all we got, my brother.
Boy, you've been black all your life, boy. You better keep it real.
Black all my life. And
Last
I
time
better
I
keep
checked.
every bit of it, bro.
Boy, you better keep it real, that player.
But you know, I heard they trying to erase it, brother.
Man, let me tell you something. Blackness is permanent. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Boy,
Yes,
black
sir.
ain't gonna wash off. Black ain't gonna
You
wash
see, the
off,
big
boy.
man upstairs started with black. He started with black. You didn't
That's-
know?
That's the only way you're gonna get all these other shades, boy.
Yes, sir. That's the only other way, Doc.
You,
That's
you
the
got
only
to
other
bring the color in there, player. You got to
got to
bring
bring
the color.
So that's going to take us into the
Yeah,
black experience, unerased history that could not be silenced, my
That
brother.
part right
Here,
there.
here we go with the first one.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Black Experience, unerased history they couldn't silence. They tried to erase his name, but not his impact. This is Vivian Thomas, the brilliant mind who helped change the future of heart surgery. Born in 1910, denied formal medical training because of race and circumstance, Thomas mastered surgical science through skill, discipline, and relentless curiosity. In an era that refused to see his genius, he helped develop life-saving procedures that transformed pediatric cardiac care. Working behind the scenes, Thomas played a critical role in pioneering the surgery that saved countless blue baby lives at a time when his name wasn't allowed in textbooks, operating rooms, or headlines. But truth has a way of rising. His hands healed hearts. His legacy reshaped medicine, and history could not silence him. Unerased, unforgotten, unstoppable. This is Black history, alive, powerful, and undeniable. Dr. Vivian Thomas.
Yeah, man, boy. Let me tell you something, boy. I got a question though.
Yes, sir.
Who was that narrator, boy? That boy, something serious. That boy, that silky boy.
Boy, and that boy
Right.
cost a lot of money, boy.
Oh,
Get
boy,
him.
I'm trying to tell you.
Tell you, boy.
That narrator is something serious, but we need to hire him on the network, there, boy. You
Yes,
talk,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need to hire him, Doc.
talk to him, boy.
Yeah, I got to talk to him. I got to talk to him.
Talk to him, player.
Yeah, man. But Dr. Vivian was something serious, brother. He was like
Yeah.
the modern day handyman.
Yes, sir.
But when he got into the laboratory, the
Mhm.
doctor liked him so much because of how his mind thought like a surgeon.
That's it, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he had to have that boy right beside him at all times.
That part.
That part right there. Because if it wasn't for him,
Yeah, man.
he wouldn't have been able to figure out them blue babies, Doc.
No, man. That's a whole secret part right there, bro. And so,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you said, man, Dr. Thomas, that brother was a heavy hitter, man. A heavy hitter.
A heavy hitter, Doc.
Yeah.
A heavy hitter.
Yes, sir.
And right here on the TrueVision.net, now you can see the movie, the actual movie that Something the Lord Made.
Mhm.
And that's his movie.
That's the one. Yeah.
So you can see it right here on the TrueVision.net and also SinceYouAsked.com as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Well, we're gonna keep the black history rolling, cause see, a lot of people talk about Madam C.J. Walker as being the first black female millionaire, right?
That's what they say.
But see, I
Mhm.
wanted to know, okay, is she the first black female? Who the first black male?
No, you know there's one out there.
I got to know.
There's one out there.
There's one out there, Doc, because if she was the first female,
You
I
gotta
got to
have.
know the first male.
There you go, Doc.
Here we go, Jeremiah Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Welcome to the Black Experience, unerased history they couldn't silence. Meet Jeremiah G. Hamilton, born around 1807, the first black millionaire in the United States. In an era designed to shut him out, he mastered Wall Street. A bold, brilliant financier, Hamilton outtraded rivals, challenged racist systems, and built wealth on strategy, not permission. They tried to erase his name, but his legacy speaks loud and clear. Jeremiah G. Hamilton, proof that black excellence has always been unstoppable. Jeremiah G. Hamilton,
Prison Doc.
the first black millionaire
Yeah.
before Madam C.J. Walker.
That part, man.
And then,
Yep.
Doc, he mastered Wall Street.
He did, man. He did. They call him the Prince of Darkness, boy.
The Prince of Darkness, Doc.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, Doc. That's a beautiful thing, man. And that's why, Tulsa, Oklahoma, thank God for Black Wall Street,
Yeah.
Hallelujah. But yeah, I mean,
Hallelujah.
them predecessors, man, you got to know them, because they set the stage. They set the stage, Doc.
He set the stage, Doc.
They set the
He
stage.
set the stage, man. So,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, that's the black experience right there. The real black experience, right?
Boy, you better keep them coming, man. Let the folk know what that history is. Yeah, boy, keep it coming, boy. You're cooking with Crisco, boy. Let me tell you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I'm trying to mix something up. I'm trying to cook something.
Oh, boy, you're cooking with Crisco, man.
Thank you, sir.
Let me tell you different, boy. You're cooking with Crisco.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but whoever the narrator is, man, you need to bring him on staff now. I want to meet that man. I got to shake his hand. That boy, that man saw him serious. Let me try to go.
I got you.
Let me meet him.
I'll let you meet him, man. I'll let you meet him.
I appreciate that.
But now getting to this uncommon sense stuff that we always do.
Oh, hell. Okay.
There you go. Oh, hell. Here we go.
Here we go. Bring it on, God dang it.
Bro, what is with this white identity?
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Well, your man Dick Gregory, Baba Gregory told you, man. He said whiteness is not a color. That is an aptitude. And that's the truth right there, man. So that's what this thing is. And they've been trying to protect it since the beginning of time, I'm assuming. But yeah, it's coming front and center, man. You're there now.
Now they're acting like the white identity is the one trying to be erased, but I think they trying to erase us from the whole scenario.
The last time I checked, man.
The last time I checked, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
let's run the beautiful bean footage for the people. Here we go.
Yep.
Tell me how you define white identity and what you think is being erased about white identity.
Certain types of Anglo-derived culture that comes from our history.
Like what?
Let me think about this. You could have Italians, you could have Irish, and those are in many ways more.
Yeah, but you're worried about white culture. You're not worried about. You're now retreating to ethnic identity. You don't speak about ethnic identity. You speak about white identity. So tell me the values that stitch together white identity and that make it different than black identity.
I would say that the white church is very different than the black church in terms of its tone and style on average. Foodways could often be different.
And those
music
could be different. And those are being erased.
Music could be different. Well, if you look at the Super Bowl halftime show, which was not in English this year.
So our ability to access white churches or white food or white music is being erased?
I am concerned with the majority common American culture that we had for some time that through particularly mass immigration, I think has become much more balkanized, and I think that weakens us. And again, I'm not running away from that comment. I'm not apologizing for it.
Well, I'm way over my time. I think you're struggling to answer this question, right? Because underlying your beliefs is a sentiment that white culture is just simply better.
White identity. Now, the first thing this man says, well, let me think about it for a second.
Yeah, boy.
You white, and you're trying to explain white identity, and you got to think about it for a second?
No, what he's saying is, let me think about how to word this the right way. that's what that is, player.
Right.
So it won't come out as racist. Let me try to word this the right way. That's what that is, player. Yeah.
So he's saying that I'm tired of apologizing for being white. That's what he's trying to say. I guess.
Yeah.
That's what JD said. JD Van.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And that's exactly where you are, man. And I mean, it's right there. I don't know what to tell you, man. They are putting these boys inside in that system, and they about to start. They about to start using that eraser, man. Best they can. Yeah.
But you can't change something that originated from the main color. It
Yeah.
originated from black. So you can't get around that.
True. And see, here's the thing. When he said the beginning of American culture, okay, if you look at the beginning of American culture, slaves outnumbered
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part.
that part.
Slaves outnumbered the whites
Right,
in these Americas in their
right,
beginning in the
right.
colonies. Okay, so let's be real with that. You outnumber them. That's why you was counted as 3/5 of a person. You
Right.
know, that's the whole deal. So at the dynamics of thing, when you talk about American culture, it began with the ethnicity of black and also the Native Americans. So if you're going to go tag it there, whites never came into the equation. You always tried to circumvent what was here and what was put here, uh,
Right, right, right,
so
right.
that you can have some kind of grounds. And so
Mm.
this is so out their own mouth, boy. You know, like the book said, you're snared by the words out your own mouth.
Yeah,
It's right there, player.
yeah.
Out of
And then we get to this ICE situation.
yeah.
And to us, this ain't nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
This
No,
ain't nothing new. But to others that haven't experienced anything of this magnitude, this is all brand new.
that part. That part.
Yeah, that part right there. So who is ICE? Who is this ICE they talking about? Okay, well, let's go and run that beautiful beam footage.
Yeah, let me see who.
think is really key for people to understand. I'm saying this as a former federal employee.
Okay, let's talk about the Palmer raids, because a lot of what we're living through right now has a direct ancestor, and that is it. The Palmer raids happened between 1919 and 1920, right after World War I, and the country was scared. There had been massive labor strikes. There were anarchist bombings. The Russian Revolution had just happened, and the government decided that radical ideas were an existential threat. So instead of addressing those conditions, they just went hunting for people. Dummies. These raids were named after Attorney General A. Mitchell Palmer, who believed that the United States was on the brink of a communist overthrow. And his solution? Mass arrests. Federal agents working with police raided homes, union halls, meeting spaces in immigrant neighborhoods all across the country, often without warrants and frequently without due process, and with very thin evidence. People were arrested for being socialists, being anarchists, being labor organizers, being immigrants with political opinions, or just being associated with the wrong group. Sometimes it was as thin as speaking another language. Thousands of people were detained. Many were held in overcrowded facilities, and some were beaten. Many were interrogated without lawyers. And hundreds were deported not because they committed violent crimes, but because immigration law allowed removal based on political beliefs and association. Citizenship offered some protection, but fear drove enforcement. And here's the part people really don't get told too often. A lot of the people targeted weren't violent. They weren't plotting coups. They were workers demanding better conditions, immigrants organizing for rights, people criticizing capitalism and inequality. But the government blurred dissent into threat. That's the move. That's what they're doing right now. The Palmer raids also helped launch a career of somebody you've definitely heard of. A young J. Edgar Hoover ran the intelligence operation behind the raids. Color me surprised. He built massive files on people, tracked associations, mapped ideology. That surveillance infrastructure didn't disappear when the raids ended. It became the blueprint. Hello, you know? And eventually, public opinion shifted. Courts began pushing back. Journalists exposed the abuse. Civil liberties groups spoke out. Palmer lost credibility, but the damage was already done. And that's why the Palmer raids matter now. They show how quickly civil liberties collapse. When fear gets labeled as security, how immigration enforcement becomes political enforcement, how radical stops meaning violent and starts meaning inconvenient. Different era, same logic. So when people say this doesn't feel American, I pause because hell yeah, it does. We've done this before, we just don't like remembering it. And the reason history keeps repeating is simple. The tools never went away. They just wait for the next moment of fear. Welcome to America.
The Palmer Rays,
Mm.
the Ice Rays,
That part, Doc.
they all the same.
All the same, man. That's sister nailed it, brother. Man, let me try to tell you, boy. Yeah,
I
yeah,
done told you.
yeah. But again, man, since there's no, reference in for as the books and stuff like that, of course you don't know. But definitely,
Right.
history always has a point of repeating itself. You just got to find out where it is. And Palmer Ray's, man, that's
Yeah,
exactly what you got back there, player.
exactly. But then, for you, in order for you to get security clearance, if you become a employee of the federal government,
Hmm.
and you just trying to get, I'm just saying, beginning security clearance,
Hmm.
you got to go through all this background check and everything,
Yes, sir.
right?
Hmm.
Why is it that they got the highest security clearance but ain't been checked?
Well, my brother, when you need a goon squad, you don't care.
You don't get it. You just get the goons and they go
Yeah,
flying.
you don't care, and so that's what you got.
Yeah,
And when you want to create this particular climate, you need the goon squad. So
yeah,
if you let them in, of
yeah.
course they can create it. So that's exactly what you. It's the perfect storm. And
Perfect.
again, this is exactly what they want. It's quote unquote controlled chaos,
Yeah.
and career law enforcement agents, of course, with some kind of coof
Mm-hmm.
uh, no, you don't push it like that. So
No,
that's why they went
no,
sweeping through the city.
no.
And there's no like you said, color me surprised. There's no surprise that you're gonna pardon all the January 6th riots, the
Right.
Proud Boys. Guaranteed, them boys are on ice. You can guarantee it.
Guarantee it, Doc.
Guarantee it.
That's
So
why they
yeah,
wear masks.
exactly,
They have no body cams.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so now you got it, but now there's another issue. You having people doing these home invasions now, man, as
Yeah.
masked individuals saying that they're law enforcement, and so now you got to rise. That's stupidity, and that's why certain municipalities are trying to pass these laws whereby law enforcement cannot wear, the mask part. So you got all these things, man, spinning. And at the end of the day, this is exactly what they wanted, man. This is America 2.0. Basically America on steroids.
Right. Right.
So that's what this is, man. But I think that the sad part about it is, like in all cases, them boys did not think it's going to come to their doorstep, and booyah,
Oh yeah.
it's sitting at your doorstep, and it's not going away. And I don't think they know how to deal with that, man. I mean,
No.
for us, oh yeah, we
Oh
see
yeah. We
this
know how to
before.
deal with it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not doing it. We know how to stay in the
Yeah.
house. We ain't got time to do that fool.
Ain't got time
But
for that.
yeah, but the other side, yeah, nah.
Well, with this thing called, and it's a powerful thing, it seemed like in the world right now,
Yeah,
this thing called the Epstein file.
boy, I'm trying to tell you, but whoever's in that
Folks
room,
resigning,
it ain't gonna stop. It's
folks
not.
giving up their crowns and they giving up their royalties.
They're gonna be giving a whole lot more.
Yeah, yeah,
It's fun. It's sad and fun at the same time
right,
because you knew this what was gonna happen. Like
right.
I told you, man, there are some people in those files that will do absolutely anything and
Anything.
go to any degree to keep that stuff private. Because if you're looking at what was built upon that, man,
Hmm.
it's astronomical.
Right.
And again, there is no band-aid for that.
No.
You know, like I said, man, you can throw as much dirt as you want to, but that hole too big, player.
Too
Epstein
big.
dig that he
Too,
dug that stuff too deep,
too deep.
and so yeah, you're talking about you got golden sacks being pulled in this thing, man. Golden sacks. Come on now, you know where it's gonna go.
Oh, Doc, you
So
had Bill Gates.
I'm trying to tell you, bro,
I
it's
apologize for
yeah,
being acquainted with him.
that part.
Okay.
Yeah,
But what about the stuff that went along with him that you was acquainted to?
that part. What was your acquaintance?
Yeah, what was your acquaintance? What did you do?
Who you acquainted with?
Okay.
Yeah, man. These bulls are sadistic, man. I'm trying.
Sadistic guy.
They are, man. I mean, And so yeah, that's the degree that you are. But this is just ice. This is just a tip of the iceberg,
Oh
man.
yeah, bro.
Honestly, and all of us know it.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is when you redacted all this stuff. Matter of fact, some pages are completely black. So I mean, you blacked out a whole goddamn page. So and then again, when you look at the powers that be, when you look at your Patels came out there saying that this black book and FBI got it. All of a sudden, there is no black
No
book. All
black.
of a sudden, there is no client list. All of
Right.
a sudden, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's where it is, man. But the sad part about it is there's so much time, so much leadway into this
Hmm.
that you will probably, when you finally ever get at the truth, if you can,
Right.
even that might be splintered.
Yeah.
But you can rest assured with all that's happening, and again with just a few that has trickled out through this situation. There are some people on that list, man,
Hmm.
that's in that was in that room
Right.
that they will fight tooth and nail and do whatever to keep that stuff secret. It's
Exactly,
just
bro. Because
it's just the
they
truth of
got
it.
a big fallout in Europe, boy. That thing is going rampant in Europe.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, and you can't stop it.
Mm-mm.
You know. But again, when you ask the question, how does someone like an Epstein go from absolutely nothing?
Teacher. Not saying teachers ain't nothing, but
uh,
going from a teacher, what a teacher makes,
I'm saying when you
to
put the
where now
salary,
you own your own island.
yeah, come on, man, you
Come
and that was like overnight,
on, overnight.
and then you had other wealthy individual financiers giving this cat their money to manage a school teacher.
School teacher?
All of a sudden now he's managing portfolios. Come
No.
on now.
And you see your girl, you see your girl getting it. Say, look here, if y'all give me clemency, then I talk.
You know she did, but she messed up. She made that public, so
Yeah,
now everybody know to clear Trump. It was based on you saying,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
Maybe
exactly.
some things you don't make public, but this cat here don't care. For
Oh no,
Trump,
you don't.
for him to get this, she's cleared me. Oh yeah, he'll sign off on it.
He'll
But
sign
again,
off on it.
the public
He
spectacle of
might
that,
sign off on it.
man, I don't put nothing
That's if
past this cat.
that's if Stephen Miller and them tell him to.
Bro, I don't put nothing past that cat. Yeah,
Right,
stupid is and stupid does.
right. Yeah, you're
Forrest
right.
Gump told you that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you don't put nothing past this cat. But at the end of the day, Jay, you're so right, man. The clients that's on that list, if again you blacking out whole sheets,
Mm.
it lets you know, man, that this thing has no end to it. Because when you're talking about, like you're saying, crown prince in the room, you're talking about actors in the room, you're talking about Hollywood executives in the room.
In the room,
Come on now. And this man had a long run. It was like a 2-3 years. This man
yeah.
had this man had a long run. So
Long run, doc.
long run, player.
So you the crown prince, and they say, okay, you gonna have to either come clean or you got to give up your crown, and you go ahead and give up your crown.
And that boy.
Like
So
what?
yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, but it's the states, man. When you think about again, and this is where the legalities come in. Those survivors being able to come after those individuals who's on that
Mhm.
list. See,
Yeah.
that's another issue, man.
Right.
I mean, come on now. You rug your boy Bill Cosby through this.
Oh
that
yeah.
man, that
You
man
rub
list,
Bill. You rub R. Kelly. You,
and them lists ain't got nothing on this here.
nothing on this one, brother.
These
Nothing.
lists, that list ain't
That
got
list
nothing.
ain't. That list is child's play. Their
That boy,
list.
boy, what you talking about? And the folks in that room had deep pockets, and I'm talking
Deep
about
pocket.
deep, deep, deep pockets. And so that's why the legalities of that and who is going to be held accountable for that. Of course, they've already filed lawsuits against Epstein, quote unquote, estate. I
Right.
don't know how you have an estate and what you done done, but it's there, and I don't know. Again, my fear is that with the evilness that these people have already displayed thus far, you don't know what these cats would do to protect what's been blacked out. Um,
Well, all I got to say, you see Epstein ain't here.
So y'all think? I mean, yeah, right.
That's all I got to say, Doc.
Yeah. So y'all think?
Who you
Okay,
think?
okay.
Who you think? Because it was mighty funny. How all of a sudden, okay, he committed suicide.
I, I'm
What?
trying to figure this out. I
Okay.
mean, no cameras. The autopsy. Where's that at?
Yep.
Where was the funeral? I mean, it's just
Yep.
it's so many things, player. Just like Charlie Kirk. I mean,
I like your brother one.
if you believe that that kind of gun did that little small little pinhole, when expert snipermen told you if that man got hit with that kind of caliber bullet, his
It'll
whole head
take his whole head off.
took his whole head off. So but if you believe it, okay, that
Okay.
that the assailant is going to jump off a roof, go disassemble the rifle,
Right.
jump off the roof with the rifle, get in the bushes, reassemble the rifle, and put it in a box.
And you're gonna catch up all this on film, on camera, all this on video. You see the whole thing.
But if you believe it, okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, okay.
Now, see, now this is the problem that ICE has right now, and this is why it's the government is partly shut down right now. And I feel for those who are TSA
Absolutely.
that are going
Absolutely.
through this because they didn't
Absolutely.
ask for this.
No.
It's just that you got somebody running Homeland Security that don't know what she doing,
Exactly.
not have a clue.
Exactly.
So now she got the Homeland Security in this situation
Hmm.
to where now it's like, okay, what do I do now?
But Jay, here it is. you know, Everybody knew this was coming. Everybody,
Yes,
if you look at the slate that was put as far as the cabinet, every
right.
single person they put up there was grossly
Grossly,
unqualified, and I mean grossly
grossly.
unqualified for this
Hmm.
position. Everybody knew it. So here it is. You have the Senate, which
Hmm.
again, this is the Senate's fault as much as it is your boy Trump, because
Of
you
course,
confirmed these
you
cats.
confirmed them.
You confirm these cats, so you know at front why they were chosen because they are unqualified. So yeah,
Right.
you know why they were chosen. So here you go. So he's not going to fire them. If you're not going to fire this woman after you have two people get killed on camera, and she's still walking around, okay,
She
that
came
lets you
close. She came close.
close where.
Well, yeah, you're right. No,
Okay,
no, 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 no.
okay,
The
close
only
where.
time she came close is when she couldn't cover up what she did.
Jay, this woman spent $250 million on a commercial.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Okay,
mean, he does the same thing.
yeah, but Jay, come on, player. You
Come
can't
on,
make
player.
this
You
up.
spent $250 million going golfing. Come on, man.
But see, here we go again. It doesn't matter. Your
Right. It don't
so-called your so-called Doge is supposed to bring the
matter.
government
No,
in.
that don't exist.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to bring the government into efficiency. So I'm just trying to see what's up with that. But you got again, you robbing from people to pay Paul. You
Right.
just shift
Right.
around money. There was no
Right.
quote unquote saving. All
That's
you
all that
did
was.
was bring back the money that was already allocated,
Right.
and then you shift it over to Homeland Security. So I mean, this we black folk do all day, man.
All day. This is
We
what we
bring him.
do.
So we know how to, you know, have creative finances. That's what we call it, player.
Odd
So
checks and balances.
that part right there, man. So come on now,
Yeah.
we
Yes,
know
sir.
what this is.
We
But
know what this is,
at
bro.
the end of the day, Jay, this
Hmm.
chaotic mess serves a
Yes.
greater evil.
Yeah, it does.
Because I do believe there are some senators that who ain't said nothing as it relates to Epstein. Them boys in that room. I mean,
In the room, dog.
you know they were in the room.
Yeah,
So
they in the
this
room.
so this is why you got it, man. And so no, nobody hands are clean.
Mm-mm.
Nobody hands are clean. So yeah,
Boy.
I'm surprised. This would be a wonderful opportunity for Mitch McConnell to finally speak up.
Who?
Uh, this would be a wonderful opportunity for Mitch McConnell, who's retiring, to finally speak up on behalf of the Republican Party and say, look here, I do believe that we have gotten away from our ideals as conservatives, and we need.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. He's in the foul.
We got to be some boy.
He's
So
in the foul.
Mitch ain't said nothing,
Nothing.
boy.
Yes, sir.
Zip.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
silence kind of tell you who might not want to know or want you to know
Right.
what you need to know. That think that what
Right.
that is. That's what that is, man.
All right. All right. Okay, here's this beautiful beam footage on ice.
I think is really key for people to understand. I'm saying this as a former federal employee. I want to remind y'all that these ICE agents, Customs and Border Patrol, these are federal employees, okay?
Right.
These people have no security clearance. I want to make that very clear. These people who have just been hired have no security clearance. These people have not been thoroughly vetted. They have fired so many people in the federal government. That includes federal investigators. And even before we had this shortage, it would take 6 months to 1 year to actually get your investigation and clearance done. I know because I worked in my position for 6 months before a federal investigator did my interview and gave me my security clearance. It is a long wait, but the federal government has discretion to allow federal employees to get into these roles prior to getting their full security clearance. I need more and more people to really know about this and how this works in the federal government. These people are
What does
not
that
vetted.
mean, though? Tell me what is the difference between having a security clearance and not?
So a security clearance requires going through your entire life. They knock on the doors of your friends and family and ask about you to make sure you're legit. They were knocking on the doors of all of my references. People getting emails about me, every past employer, not just a simple background check, but to make sure that you actually have the experience you say you do. I mean, they had me explain why I didn't pay a $300 Macy's credit card bill when I was 19 years old and the card got closed, and I was 27, going in this job. They look into everything. And mind you, I didn't have a top secret or secret security clearance. I didn't have a big high level. I was on the lower level. But they're not doing this. I know they're not because I know they don't have the resources to do it. And I know what the timeline looked like before Trump came in.
That's it. That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it right there. You know they don't have security clearance.
No.
But they've been given security clearance to just run rapid. And we understand that.
Until all hell breaks loose. Yeah, that's what that is, man.
But then even during this partial shutdown, you got companies that are contracted by ICE.
Oh, you think?
And I'm talking about big companies.
Man.
Providing them with all types of our information out there.
It's a
Is that beautiful beam footage?
deep well.
Following a second fatal shooting by federal agents in Minneapolis, Immigration and Customs Enforcement is under intense scrutiny. Protesters are demanding a halt to federal funding amid a potential government shutdown dispute, a backlash that could also affect companies holding ICE contracts. Last week, more than 250 employees at several tech giants, including Amazon, Palantir, Google, and Tesla, among others, demanded their employers to speak publicly against ICE and to cancel all company contracts with the agency. It's not immediately clear whether some of the companies hold contracts with ICE. Here are a few of the companies with the largest ICE contracts. Palantir was awarded $139.3 million in 2022 to assist with quote-unquote investigative case management operations, maintenance support, and quote-unquote custom enhancements. AT&T was awarded $90.7 million in 2021 to provide ICE with IT, network products, and support in a contract set to expire in September, though it includes a potential end date of 2032 that could push the deal's value to $165.2 million. ICE awarded Deloitte several multi-year contracts in recent years, including a $24 million contract in 2023 to provide, quote, data modernization support through 2027. Dell's government contracting arm was awarded $18.8 million in April 2025 to support the Office of ICE's Chief Information Officer, quote, through the purchase of the Microsoft Enterprise software licenses. Defense contractor L3 Harris was awarded a $4.4 million contract with ICE in 2022 to provide equipment to, quote, determine the locations of targeted mobile handsets to investigate crimes and threats. Senate Democrats discussed on Sunday blocking a Department of Homeland Security funding bill, with many citing ICE's immigration crackdown. Senator Mark Warner wrote on X he refuses to fund Homeland Security, quote, while this administration continues these violent federal takeovers of our cities.
See, this is where our money is going to. Right here. Right here. Going to AT&T, going to Dell, going to Deloach, going to all these companies so that ICE would fund what they're looking for, per se.
Exactly.
That's how they were in different cities.
Mm-hmm.
They use the data, they use the information to go to those cities.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't Trump just calling out cities, y'all.
No.
Trump ain't that smart.
Not by a long shot.
No. Is that the computer data that they're getting from these companies, they said, okay, well, ICE belongs in that city. ICE belongs in this city.
Mm-hmm.
Even here in Georgia, they're setting up camp to build up a camp in Social Circle, Georgia. ICE camp
Exactly.
down there.
Exactly.
So they're being very strategic on where they put these ICE camps at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
And like you said, man, there's some big bankrolls going around here. And when you think about it, the money is passing through. Interestingly, Michael Dell and his wife committing $250 million to the Trump accounts. Yeah, I wonder why.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. And it's a drop in the bucket to you, man. So this is where it is, man. And so, yeah, this immigration thing, it is a cash cow for everybody involved. And
Mhm.
don't even bring in your for profit,
No,
prison camps. Don't
no.
even bring them in here, man, because
Mm-mm.
that right there. So yeah, there's some large contracts being dished out, man, and
Yeah.
and not only with for us the Googles and stuff like that, but also like these quote unquote commercials. These cats, these marketeers are getting paid out the wazoo, man. And this is your American dollars.
Yeah.
This is your taxpayer dollars, and so it would be interesting to see if we could get a spreadsheet on how much money has been spent in just the first 12 months of this administration on what they call immigration, not just tax, just not as far as the payroll, but I'm
Mhm.
talking about every government contract that's
Right.
been given out as it relates to this particular initiative.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would hurt. That
That
would
will
hurt.
hurt right there. That will
That
hurt
would
right there.
see where your money has went. That would hurt. That would hurt.
But now this opens up a whole new can of worms.
Yes, sir.
When I say a whole new can of worms, because now you have citizens who haven't been through this situation before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been through it as our people been through it
Right.
with the water holes, with the dogs and things of that nature,
Right.
with the Perkins and things of that nature.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
But now you got the immigrants and you even got the white folks going through this.
Mm-hmm.
So now they got to even learn how to fight for their freedom
I know, right?
in this country
In the country,
where they said they want to make America great again.
that part. Well,
That part.
well, the thing about it too, Jay, and I think this is where the rubber really meets the road,
Hmm.
is just like you have in India and other countries,
Right.
you have this classism, and that's what America has always been.
Yeah.
It's been a class society,
Hmm.
the have-nots and the haves.
Right.
But it's to the degree now where, of course, you have positioned yourself as it
Mhm.
relates to the haves to be in a position that you can make these kind of calls.
Right.
And so, yeah, America's always been the classist, but it's now the situation where, yeah, the class that can is trying their best to maintain that. And if that means shutting out, and your boy Lyndon B. Johnson said it,
Hmm. Yep.
if you really want to control the situation,
Yep.
make the lowest white person feel like they're better than the black. Like they're
Right.
better than the black person, and they'll be with you all day. And that's exactly so. It was always there. It was just positioned differently and mentioned differently.
Right.
But you're definitely in a classist society now, where the upper echelon, the quote unquote 1%, have gotten it so they've cornered the market. And when you're talking about what Elon Musk was able to do within 6
Hmm.
months of your government,
Yeah.
that shows you there that you're in a classist society, and I don't think people understand it and it really embrace that, know what that means. That yeah, they don't care when you can shut off, free food programs for kids
Right.
in the most poorest parts of America. I'm talking about Kentucky. I'm talking about Mississippi. When you can cut that stuff off, man, and could care less the you know, yeah, it's showing you that you're there. You're there.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dr. Cornel West, he was on CNN.
Mm,
And Dr. West broke this thing down because he broke it down to saying that black folk, we used to this.
yeah, but once
We
you
used to this right here.
he used a word that I love.
Yeah. Me too, brother. And I'm gonna let him use it. I ain't gonna even use it yet.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna let
yeah,
him
yeah,
use
yeah, yeah.
it.
Let that put it out there. Let that put it.
Yeah. And then he said, but other folk,
Yeah.
they really got to learn how to fight for freedom now. And it's a trip. But here is Dr.
Oh,
West.
good luck with that.
Where you see professional agitators, I see courageous citizens who have a righteous indignation and a moral outrage when their city, and this is Prince's city now, it's Sign of the Times, 1987, when it's being terrorized, it's being traumatized. Communities are being vilified and demonized. Now, I come from a people who have been demonized and vilified and terrorized for 250 years in the American experiment. That's what it is to niggerize a dignified black people. Make sure that they are intimidated, terrified, full of fear, and not able to straighten their backs up. But thank God the Black Freedom Movement straightens our backs up. Well, what we're witnessing, and this is why the larger picture is important here, we're at we're right on the edge cliff in terms of the possibility of America sustaining itself as a social experiment in the best sense of just becoming an empire full of might and force. So when you niggerize a whole country, you start treating all of your citizens the way black folk have been treated for 250 years. So when I see the police killing these two precious folks, Sister Renee and my dear brother Alex, and I've had so many partners killed by the police growing up on the chocolate side of town, right? What has been the response? Thank God for Martin King. How do we learn how to love in the face of this hatred? How do we learn how to fight for freedom for everybody in all parts of town in the face of all of this terror? And America now has the blues. If you don't learn something from the best of the blues people, we're going to lose the democracy. So this is not just about meticulous details. We're talking about something huge at stake.
It does.
This man said, when you niggerize the whole country,
The whole country.
Now,
That right there, preach, boy. I'm trying to
that'll
tell
preach, Doc. That'll preach. All day.
you. That'll preach, man.
That'll preach.
So yeah.
So what
Yeah.
he's saying, it don't matter what color you are. If they niggerize the whole country, now
Yeah.
we all in the same basket, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny the ones that are real color in the room didn't know how to handle it. They were turning all shades of red when he said that word, man.
Right.
when you niggify.
Right.
But that's what you did.
Right.
And so Jay, it is really sad that we are here. But James Amos said it a long time in the movie. He said, that persona comes in all shapes, forms, colors, and sizes. And so yeah, you're there.
Yes, sir.
Um, but again, that community doesn't know what that looks like. I mean,
Mhm.
they honestly do not know
Right.
what that feels like. And Dick Gregory said, if you don't know what it means to grip the steering wheel when you see
Right.
blue lights and you ain't did a darn thing,
Right.
then you don't know what it is to be black in America. And that's where you are now. You got people who are in that state of terror
Right.
and they have no idea why.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, you're feeling real time what we felt for 250 years. So this is nothing new to us.
Mhm.
However,
Right.
you're now looking at that your government is
Mhm.
being fueled by this ideology to the degree where there are no guardrails up there.
No.
From your Supreme Court to your Senate
Mhm.
to your DOJ, there are no guardrails.
Mm.
And that I think that point there, where there are no guardrails to even protect the privileged, in
Right.
this situation.
Right.
Yeah. What do you do with that? And that's why the Democrats have got to do a better job as far as their messaging.
Hmm.
And they also got to do a better job as far as who are you putting up there that are addressing these issues in the most, again, articulate way. Haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping that they get get their act together,
Yeah.
because you got the midterms,
Yeah.
and like here in Georgia, you're choosing your next governor.
Yeah.
Uh, Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
Good luck
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah.
If
Good luck
if
with
you
that one.
yeah, if you listen to what some of these cats been saying, like your boy Rick Jackson, who's running,
Yeah.
uh, multi-billionaire, you
Yeah.
know, the one he tells you, I don't own nothing like Trump. I don't want nobody like Trump.
Right. 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 Right.
Let's light it up. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
you need to listen to cold words, man.
Yeah. Let's light
Uh,
it up. What
what you
we
mean?
gonna light up?
That part, bro. What you lighting up? You
You
know,
know that player?
because again, now you in healthcare.
Yeah.
Now, if you was over in the utility side, I could understand that statement. You know,
Yeah.
if you was in utilities, but you healthcare player. So what do you mean by light it up?
Yeah.
But if you look at his company, uh, you don't see no chocolate chips in that dough factory. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
There's no
None.
pepper in that salt. So
None.
let's be real, what it is. And you have a right to do what you want to do with your private company. At the end of the day, though, when you're talking about leading a state that is diverse, as
Hmm.
as this whole thing is, then yeah, you got to start dealing with something. But again, if Atlanta
Hmm.
would stop thinking that the city of Atlanta is Georgia.
Right.
Oh Jesus! If you
Yeah.
if you could just get that right there, revelation, boy, the Lord will truly bless you. The city of Atlanta is not Georgia. That's
But
just the
see, but
city of Atlanta.
see, some of us who are running for governor think that the city of Atlanta is Georgia. And
Regret-
all we have to do is capture the city of Atlanta and we got Georgia,
Regrettably, yeah,
which is sadly mistaken.
grossly
Grossly mistaken.
mistaken.
Matter
Yeah,
of fact, Atlanta should be your very last stop.
it better be. Just ask your girl Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She showed you twice.
Twice.
That baby showed you twice.
Twice.
So yeah,
Now the first time you almost had it, but then you revert back to Atlanta.
because that's your safety net.
That's your safety net.
You know.
And I get it. That's where you're comfortable at.
Hmm.
But that ain't where you win it at.
No.
Mm-mm.
When
Mm-mm.
you're talking about Georgia, I don't care who you are. You're going to have to carry rural Georgia.
Yeah.
Um, and the thing about it, man, there are a lot of blacks in rural Georgia.
Right.
Their
Right.
voice, of course, has been silenced to some degree,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
there's still a lot of blacks in rural Georgia.
Right.
Um, and then there are a lot of, again, different situations in rural Georgia that they have a different perspective on things.
Right.
However,
Exactly.
just like all things, people are going to protect their particular idea
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
of their experience. Of course, they are.
Yeah.
Um, but then individuals who are in these races now, man,
Hmm.
it's bigger than again a TikTok moment.
Right.
It truly is, because when you look at what's being inserted inside your government,
Hmm. Hmm.
okay, when you're looking at these cats that are who are literally in the fabric of your government,
Right.
from the back end to the front end. When you look at that, doc, yeah, this thing is serious, um,
Serious.
real serious. And if you think that you can just ride it out for 2 years and get the regime changed, everything gonna be all right, nah.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Be-
Mm-mm.
because come summer, man, you really gonna feel it. You- Come
Yeah.
summer,
Summer. Yes.
that's going to affect your agriculture. Okay,
Right. Right. Right.
it's so many stuff, man. To get ready to start popping off these little small fires that been smoldering
And it's gonna be
on,
huge fires. It's gonna be
bro.
wildfires, bro.
It's been about to be some wildfire, boy. These suckers been smoldering for a whole 12 months. When them suckers really light up, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
them boys gonna be burning like a mug, man. So I don't think folks really understand that. and even your black churches or churches, period.
Yeah.
You know, you're at a struggle, and I knew it was going to happen because
Mhm.
again, you're saying this cat was a candidate from God. Okay, really? So now you're on the cusp of dealing with justifying what you're saying based on the characters that's being displayed. And I know God can use anybody. I mean,
Right. Right.
the boss is the boss.
Right.
Um, but I'm pretty sure God got some other folk he could use in the equation other than that one. So,
Yeah.
hey, who knows? Who knows?
But now, just to really, deal with how sick these jokers are.
Mm,
When they say we want to make America great again,
okay,
that thing is much deeper than what people think it is.
truly.
Truly. And I'm talking about not even to the point to where they want white America to be great again, per se,
Mm.
but on even a global scale.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because now they're starting to now they're trying to bring that same influence to the global scale.
Mm.
And the global scale is like, whoa, wait a minute, hold up, hold up, partner, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
This ain't how, this is not back when Rome was the empire.
Hmm.
And see, they're trying to be the Roman Empire.
Yeah. That's exactly what that is. Yeah.
But then Europe is like, whoa, wait a minute, hold up. Do you even understand the demographics that you're dealing with now? It's not like that. It's not the same.
They don't care, but you're right.
But you have those who
Yeah.
still think they can take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah. So here's the US, part of the US vision for Europe
Hmm.
in order to control all the
My,
civilization action.
my.
Here we go.
Right, because what J.D. Vance said last year in the same setting did make jaws drop to the floor, and they stayed there, probably ever since, actually. And the actions from the administration have gone to bolster the impression that he created in that speech. And if you read between the lines, certainly that was my impression, I wonder what you thought, Rubio was more or less saying the same thing, just in a lot nicer tones.
Yeah, look, it was one German ambassador to me said it was MAGA light. It was the same iron fist, but it had a thicker velvet glove. There were particular catchphrases. He said that, the West, and by the West he means Europe and America, had been appeasing a climate cult. Now, that's a Trump phrase, isn't it? And he talked about opening the doors to mass migration and what a terrible thing that was. And you just mentioned this issue of civilization. Now, when they talk about civilization, what they mean white people. He said that there was a civilizational erasure that threatens the US and Europe. And his interpretation of history, what's happened since 1945, well, basically, it's a terribly bad idea to give up the colonies. It's an awfully long time since I heard a speech where somebody talked about how great the missionaries were. But he was full of enthusiasm for the missionaries, not least because Spanish missionaries had gone to Cuba, which is where he was born. And that's how he traces his, the men who arrived in the land of my birth brought religion. And, they brought civilization. And the word white was never used, but it was interesting. I was sitting there in the overflow room and there was a German woman behind me sort of tutting throughout. And I turned around and I asked her, well, what did you think? She said, that was the most racist foreign policy speech I have ever heard.
It's all very, Rudyard Kipling in 19th century, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And it's about the mission that Marco Rubio, and by extension, the Trump administration, think that they have to conquer the world.
As my daddy would say, it's mighty white of them.
Words of the elder, boy. Words
Words
of
of
the
elder.
elder. Yeah, man. And if
Even
you think
over
about it
there,
now,
even over there in Europe, right? Even over there in Europe,
yeah,
they said they never said the word white, but they knew
yeah,
what they were talking about.
that part. I tried to tell you, boy. Yeah, and Jay, for someone of that particular persuasion,
Yes.
Mahal,
Yeah.
to speak on these issues with a different kind of flair.
Flow. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it lets you know, man. It's real bad when the same side be like, "That was racist." I'm like,
Was
"Oh,
racist. Wait a minute.
you don't say, you don't say,
You don't say it.
you don't say, really."
We even see what
Oh,
the black people are talking about over there.
yes. Do you feel that way too? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when the main colonizer be like, "Bro, you done took it too far, bro." I mean, that right there lets you
Right.
know some. Yeah, like I said, man, this is 2.0.
2.0, Doc.
He's 2.0 boy, and these boys on steroids. But
Yeah.
this is where you are. And again, when you go across the waters, they have come to the understanding that
Hmm.
the world has changed, and no, you cannot do what you did during your colony days.
Right.
However, you wish you could,
You wish you
and
could. Yeah.
and you think that's going to happen.
Hmm.
No, that's not going to happen. Now, the problem becomes, and this was a sister that I forget her name, and I get it to you, Jay,
Okay.
but it was a sister that from Nigeria, and she spoke on the issues. She was glad that the U.S. aid had pulled out of America, out of Africa, and those who are with the African diaspora and also Pan African alliances, stuff like that, they were elated for a strange enough of a word that U.S. aid was pulled out of Africa because you guys have a question with all that aid being pumped into Africa, with all
Hmm.
those particular things, then really what did it actually aid? What did it actually help? What was
Hmm.
changed?
Right.
And the sister went down the litany. She showed you nothing that you all saying that you was funding, that you was improving, that you was supposed to be helping. You actually did. Matter of fact, you actually enabled this thing to continue.
Right.
She's saying that she's praying that this is the opportunity for Africa to finally see that it is a world player and do what you're supposed to do, which is showing that, yeah, if Africa wanted to, if
Right.
they ever got their act together, man,
Right.
they could shut down this world overnight.
Overnight.
They literally could. I
Right.
mean, literally, they could shut things down overnight. Um, so yeah, but the shocker for me, man, is again for these commentators across the water
The
uh,
water.
to begin to start speaking on these issues and start using words like that was the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
I was like, whoa.
Like, whoa, in your life? I'm like, oh.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the shocker, man. When somebody from that particular experience tell you that you are too racist, I mean, what do you do with that, man? Yeah.
Just give
So
me 30 minutes. I'll show you more. Just give me 30 minutes.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. But these cats, they're trying.
They
You know,
trying.
they're trying,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but yeah, the dynamics have grossly changed, man.
Yeah.
You
They're
can't.
trying, but
Yeah,
you can't push that on a world scale like that.
no, you
No,
can't.
you can't. You can't.
And these boys about to show you
Right.
that if necessary, because Canada said it again, Singapore has said it. If we have to go around America, we are positioned to do that. They've already said that.
Well, Doc, China already did it to you.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Come June, boy, that Wi-Fi about to kick in, boy. Because them soybean farmers gonna be like,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah, because you don't have a market.
You
You,
don't.
you literally don't have a market to sell these things to, man. You
Right.
just gave Venezuela, again, $800 million worth to come in and bring in, cattle from Venezuela. So when you look at the dynamics for the ranchers, these cats like, what are we doing now?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Exactly. What are
You
we
know, but see, this is where you are. You're in a situation where you've created this chaotic situation that you cannot fix. I mean, when you're looking at Venezuela, for the interim president to tell you we're tired of taking orders from America, for her to come out and just put that out
put
there,
that out there?
when that girl said we are tired of taking orders from
We're
America,
tired.
okay,
Okay.
And when you have American companies saying, it's unprofitable to go back into Venezuela. It's unprofitable.
Right.
They're telling you we're not going back in there, player. I don't care what you
I
do.
don't care what you do.
So now you got this mess on your hands that you purposely created. Thinking that you can force feed this down the tube, and it's like, no,
No.
that's not happening. So yeah, you got a power keg, man, and it's not kicked in yet, but it's smoldering.
It's
And
smoldering. Yeah.
when that sucker real light up, yeah, it's
Boom.
I don't want to be in the room, bro.
No, I don't either, Doc.
I don't want to be in the room, man.
Uncommon Sense. The Uncommon Sense podcast, where we deliver truth-driven dialogue rooted in history, policy, lived experience, and forward-thinking analysis.
There you go.
Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. right here on thetruevision.net and also sensuax.com. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, but we're signing off for tonight. See you next week.